you think about it? Hey! Welcome to the Ramble Radio Minute! Number 320. Yeah, oh
video.
yeah.
It's also, don't forget, don't do that. Don't disrespect video that way. Don't do that to video.
Did I almost just go into business for myself, as the wrestlers say?
I believe you might have.
By neglecting the video, by skipping.
You were no selling the video.
Was I really? Was I doing that?
You were so concerned about getting your shit in.
Right.
You didn't want to sell video.
Hey. I am sorry. Look, that's all I could say. That's all I could say. Now, Eddie, it's a 320th
320.
time we've rambled radio, which is also video.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I just have a hard time each day because I can see the heartbreak in your eyes when I say it's also radio, too.
It's an afterthought for you. It's a throwaway.
Right. But when I say that it's radio,
yeah,
I see that hurts you, too, though.
A little bit.
I can see the sting.
A little bit. It's a gut punch.
Right.
Every time.
And but I just hope
we started Ramble Radio as an offshoot of the Ramble.
Ramble Radio.
And I don't know if you remember, at the time, there was no video on the Ramble. The only way you could see us doing a Ramble
was Ramble Radio.
Was through the Ramble Radio.
You're right. I mean, you're not wrong. You've never been
wrong,
but you've never been this right.
Right. There was no Ramble. Ramble proper did not have video support at the time.
Right.
The technology did not extend that far.
What was Sephora Sean's "You've never been wrong, but you never been this right"? Do you remember?
It was about the Children of the Snap.
Are you sure that was the one?
I think it was Children of the Snap.
Because that
or he knew what's his face was still going to come back as Spider-Man. They knew it was just a ploy.
Tom Holland
was still going to be Spider-Man. Because remember, that was that whole thing where they after Far From Home. They said Tom Holland's out. There's Sony's pulling Spider-Man out of the MCU.
So
I think it was Children of the Snap.
So the two of the most obvious ideas.
Obvious, yeah.
Now the first one blew our minds. I'm still embarrassed.
Which one?
Real quick, before we get to that, you think it's just you and me?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it is. I wouldn't have kept them waiting this long.
Right.
Cody Viafania,
he'd be out the door.
He'd be gone. He's
got stuff to do.
Dude, with the scandal that Rudy Giuliani might have been selling pardons for Trumpy and forcing that poor female assistant of his to suck his dick during important phone calls. I don't know how Cody is gonna.
Well,
Elon Musk. You heard about Elon, right?
About the whole Turkey elections, news. That one?
Oh, no.
Oh, something new came up?
The U.S. Virgin Islands have subpoenaed Elon Musk in the Jeffrey Epstein lawsuit.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you're telling me the people that stand up for or against what everyone thinks is what do they call that, the deep state, the people that stand up against the deep state,
they're against it. Come on,
the people that are loudest against the groomers. Those
they might
are the
be
groomers?
The groomers themselves.
No. Is that what you're telling me?
What?
Is that what you're saying?
What?
That Elon Musk might be a shithead? Is that what people are saying?
To put it another way, you're telling me the boxer who kind of showboats and dances his way to the ring is the guy who gets knocked out in the first round? What? What?
But Cody did slip in our whistleblowers disappeared. That was a brilliant move.
Very smart, because now,
smart.
Since it is total bullshit, now they can hide behind it's the whistleblower's fault.
And now Biden's a criminal. It's a criminal enterprise, and now they've also made someone disappear.
Right, they got rid of that whistleblower.
Might be some of Cody's finest fiction. It might be some of Cody's finest fiction. Make up a fake scandal and then bring up a fake whistleblower, and then when it's time to present said evidence of whistleblower, they've been disappeared.
Dead.
It's brilliant.
Genius. Fucking genius.
Brilliant.
Cody just knows all the right buttons to push.
He knows.
To get morons to then believe him. It's fast. He just knows all the right ways to get morons to believe him.
You'd almost think that he is a moron himself because he knows morons so well.
You would think.
Like, how can you know morons so well?
How do you know them so good to do?
By
the way, if this happens to be your first time listening to the Ramble or Ramble Radio, A, welcome.
Yeah, hello.
B, give us a 5-star rating and a positive text review.
Yeah, please.
Eddie?
We're not a political podcast, so don't get that. Don't take this first 10 minutes of this show as...
We think both sides are dumb. Anyway, that is the most chicken shit way to. Both sides suck. I'm not a fan of either. Oh, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Fucking chicken shit. All right, because that's all you are. You're just a chicken shit coward who can't take a stand on anything. I think they both think. Anyway, the only time that applies for me, they both suck, is if it's the Eagles and the Giants or Commanders all in the NFC Championship, and you would just sub Commanders.
Yeah, I would put in the Cowboys.
And it's
they all
any version of that going in the. That's the only time.
Usually,
if they're in the NFC,
usually they all suck.
They all suck. That's it.
And then during the season when they're playing, depending on what records are, I'll go lesser of two evils.
You might have to root for them.
You go lesser of two evils depending on what records are and how it helps yourself.
To help your team get a wild card or division lead.
So, lesser of two evils sometimes.
Right. But please subscribe to the Ramble. Give it a 5-star rating and a positive text review. Eddie.
Sure. Yeah.
You don't really drink 40 ounces, do you?
Not anymore.
Anymore.
I used to kill them back in the day. Just.
Do you? So you don't have one handy?
Not on me.
Andrea, do you drink 40 ounces?
Oh, come on. She's got one in the back of the toilet right now. What are you talking about? She's got one stashed. She's got one stashed in the toilet.
Honey, you should hear what Eddie Pence just said. He said, oh, come on. She's got one stashed in the back of the toilet, right? Well, the reason I ask is because Eddie and I, we're two men who, I guess the height of our puberty would have been the 90s.
Yeah, probably. I'm a little bit older than you, so I'm like early 90s.
But it was still in the 90s when we became men.
Yeah.
When we were men. So
very 90, 91, 92, that was me.
Because of those 90s.
Yeah.
I wish I had a 40 ounce to tip right now.
Oh.
For Locker Miltic. Because we got a new king of the mountain, baby! JoJo the Fist.
JoJo the Fist.
Best podcast ever.
Wow.
If you like it dirty, then you'll love this podcast. You'll be begging for more. Don't mess with the fist. JoJo the Fist.
JoJo the Fist.
JoJo the Fist.
Might be the best handle it's ever positive text
review. My God. So we got a new king of the hill. So there's that.
JoJo the Fist.
Can I tell you what? Now, as we are now entering, are we in phase 5 already or 4 and 5 now?
Phase 5. Ant-Man and Quantumania was the beginning of phase 5.
Can I be embarrassed at how jaw-dropped we were when we first... Can we do a Ramble recap? Is this like maybe a flashback episode?
Let's do a Ramble rewind.
A Ramble rewind. There we go. When we were just... You and I wanted to make Sephora Sean the 4th member of the podcast.
There were internal discussions.
We were
at Ramble
so
Corporate.
Taken by him that day when he was just...
This was actually before Cody became full-time...
Yes.
3rd member.
Cody was hanging by a string. It didn't realize.
It could have, the wind changes direction a little, one way or the other.
It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches. It's a game of inches.
Is the 3rd member of the Ramble.
It's a game of inches.
It really is.
And then we actually went on this very podcast.
Yeah.
To talk about, like, my God, we've seen the Messiah.
Yeah. This guy he talks to the God that we don't believe in, but he talks to that God.
He knows that God.
Yeah.
The burning bush visited upon this fellow.
Yes.
And the problem is, you and I, I don't know if we should admit this. We don't really listen to podcasts.
No, I don't.
I don't even listen to this one.
I don't. I'm on a couple, and it's weird. When I have time, when I'm not recording podcasts, I rather listen to music.
Yeah, same here. And now I'm not telling you to not listen to it.
No,
you, the viewer.
that people do what they want to do. And
I just don't listen to it because I already know what happened. That's it. I don't listen because I already know. Maybe it'll bump our numbers a little. Probably can't hurt.
Probably can't. But I will listen to a podcast and go, oh, they were talking about this. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And I'll find that and I'll listen to it.
Exactly.
But being a regular listener of a podcast, I am not.
Right.
So
I listen. I just listen to podcasts about badminton. That's all. Badminton. That's all I listen to.
Yeah. And the ins and outs of the shuttlecock
and the lawn. I mean, lawn tennis, whatever.
Lawn tennis,
whatever
you want to call it.
Whatever. But so I don't listen to other podcasts, right? And so that's, I think, a reason why Sephora Sean hooked us.
Yeah.
Because then the late and wonderful and amazing Joe Capone.
Yes.
How fast was he?
And that dude was a sponge of information. He took in everything.
Yes. Nothing Joe Capone forgot. If you heard
nothing got by Joe Capone.
And now, how pissed? Do you remember the victim? Joe Capone, may he rest in peace, was so mad. At
all those times Kirk Cousins beat him just swelled up, and he just let it out through that avenue of us believing Sephora Sean.
Extolling the greatness of Sephora Sean.
Yeah.
When in reality, Joe Capone was like, this guy's just listening to Kevin Smith's podcast and regurgitating what he heard. We didn't know.
No, we didn't know.
And imagine the error that would have been for us had we made him
the third member
My
of the Ramble.
God, it's just, we would have had the nerd guy who wrote that book, A Million Little Things, where it was all a lie. You know what I mean? We just had a pathological lying nerd.
That woman that created that machine or whatever and got all that money.
Elizabeth Holmes or whatever. Yes.
We would have had that would have been our
he would have been our Elizabeth Holmes. Imagine the backlash we would have felt as
it could have ruined the Ramble. It could have taken it down for sure.
Now Cody should still count as lucky fucking stars. He's here, but still,
every day
we made the right choice.
We did.
Sephora Sean could have sunk us
because we were at that GameStop. He was telling us the story. We were looking at each other like, "This is." Are we talking to Moses? Because Moses is talking to God.
Right.
That's what
he had the tablets.
We were
he had the tablets.
We left GameStop going, we should have him on the show.
We should have him on. We both said those fucking words.
We should have him on the show.
We should have this guy in the Ramble. Look at him. He's a genius.
Duped.
We almost had a third roommate in our once we moved to Montrose and get that Little Caesars pussy and
he would have been there.
Work at Walgreens.
Hanging out the
He would have somehow conned us out of the master bedroom, I think.
Yeah, he would have been that fucking clown in the Sims game that just shows up and doesn't leave.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been him. Oh, the bullet we dodged.
Whoa. Yeah.
Man.
Could have sunk us.
By the way, can I just talk about this real quick, how great this is?
Is that great?
It's fucking, this is, it.
Best game you've ever played?
Look, if we're at the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
And I'm still feeling like this.
Yeah.
By a mile.
Huh.
Like, not even close by a mile.
Wow.
Like, not even, I'm going to say not even close.
So not just best Zelda game of all time, perhaps best video game of all time.
For me,
is what you're saying.
This is okay. And I really mean this. Fucking, if Breath of the Wild, which is the game before this, that is my favorite video game I've ever played.
Okay.
So far, and I really mean this.
Yeah, it's teabagging Breath of the Wild.
It makes Breath of the Wild look like a preseason scrimmage.
Wow. It's just rubbing its ass all over Breath of the Wild.
It takes what Breath of the Wild did and said, now we're ready for the game.
Like, that was fun. You enjoy yourself.
Right.
But this is the game.
Right.
Huh.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Wow.
And it's, man.
Now, is it a continuation from Breath of the Wild? Is
picks up pretty much right off where, which is very rare for Zelda games.
Yeah.
Most Zelda games, they're kind of like Bond movies, right?
Yeah.
They're
not connected and really.
Nah, not really. Yeah. They're just kind of,
Yeah.
But, man. Woo!
The Breath of the Wild was some foreplay, a little bit of finger banging. Maybe
and
a little handy J.
This is the real deal.
This is double fisting
You're
anal.
getting in the punani, right?
You're up in the guts on
You're
this
like
one.
Steven Seagal. Me want the punani and make me feel nice. Like that's how you are. Here. Should we do an open close encore? Steven Seagal, his music?
Possibly.
I mean, the only problem is that's a Cody thing. Because I think he has all the lyrics to every Steven Seagal song tattooed on his left leg or right leg. I forgot which one it was.
I think it's his left shin.
Left shin. He does super small font to get it all in there.
Because his other shin, he's got the callus so worked up from all of his kickboxing.
Right.
It was too bumpy to tattoo because that's his striking leg.
Right. That's his fighting leg. That's his whooping leg. Yeah. That's that whooping leg he has. Man, there you go. We'll look at that. Now, I hate to do this because this has been a fun time.
It has been.
Kind of fun. I feel embarrassed that we thought Sephora Sean was such an oracle of wisdom when he was just cutting and pasting from other people's podcasts. And we're like, this guy knows everything.
He's just...
And to think I would have had to stand in line to buy this from him in another world, in another time.
Right.
There's one opening up down the street from me. There's a GameStop that is opening up that is a 10-minute walk.
Have you put your application in for a job?
I might, but I'm scared that I'm going to walk in opening day and Sephora Sean's going to be standing right there. What do you do? What would you do?
I mean, I honestly think Capone killed him.
You think so?
Before Capone left this mortal plane.
He's like, I'm taking care of one piece of business.
Because I've never seen, we've known Capone for years, being a listener of the podcast, and he was never as angry as he was.
No.
When he was calling out Sephora.
He was pissed.
He was legitimately angry.
And not long after, we never saw Sephora.
He disappeared. He left GameStop Belt Beta or Delta or whatever it was.
The Annex. Now, didn't we get some kind of inkling that he was annoying to work with? I forgot.
I think we got an eye roll from one of the workers there.
Yeah,
there was a hard eye roll.
A hard, that motherfucker. Yeah.
Because we asked where he was.
Yes.
And we got a hard eye roll. Like he doesn't work here anymore. And there was a big
talk about this guy.
Like a fucking massive, like the guy almost fucking lost his contact lenses. He rolled his eyes back.
Like the guy thought Sephora Sean might walk in and clock in if we said his name enough times.
Yeah,
that's
like Beetlejuice. Like if you say it 3 times, he'll show up.
Here he is. Well,
do not say his name 3 times.
I'm here to give you, God. Do you think he fucked the Emerson, Lake and Palmer songs?
Probably. I can see that.
One of those guys. He seems like a guy who he needs prog rock to fuck.
Yeah. I would think even get hard.
He can't even get hard unless
probably the time masturbate.
The time signature's got to be way off for him to. The time signature in the song has to be somewhere
just to get anywhere near climax. For sure.
Well, as fun as we're having, we have contractual obligations, which I'm sorry to even bring it up.
Yeah.
To derail what a good time.
Skeletor. Gosh, why do I even know where to begin with this? We were talking about how we were duped by Sephora Sean. Have you ever, had a close confidant of yours, say Beastman or, who's another one of it? Beastman,
Merman,
Trapjaw, Merman. Any of those guys ever sort of lead you wrong, and then you found out later on, and you were very pissed?
Well, Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. Yeah, yes, absolutely. And it was one that the numbskulls, you both of you low-brained creatures, forgot to mention, and it was many faces. You know how his face could turn into 3 different things, sure. Right? Yeah. And he said the same thing could happen to his crotch. And it could be like I could go from a meaty dick to a thinner dick to a big juicy vagina. Okay? And he said, come on, have a sample, big guy. And I was like, well, you know me. Yes, absolutely. It was just a giant meaty dick each time. He lied to me. And he was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. No, wait, is this it? And I would sit there and, no, is this it? No, still a dick. Is this it? You know, it fucking pissed me off. I realized it not until about 4 weeks later of just every day, I think he's lying to me. I think I've been duped. So I've just banished him to a realm where he'll never be found ever again. And it's He-Man's with his pussy! It's so big. You got it? Because it's giant?
Yeah.
You didn't see that one coming, huh?
Nope.
That's pretty clever.
Yep.
There we go. Jesus Christ. Wow.
He really got duped.
Boy, I mean, bad. Jeez, poor guy. I mean, I would say poor guy, but look who we're talking about.
But it's him,
It's
so
him.
no.
So it's kind of funny. Cinesnob Cody?
Yeah, get on there. Rate and review.
Please.
JoJo the Fist, get on there.
Come on, JoJo the Fist. Go to the Cinesnob podcast now. Give them
rate
a
and
rating
review that
review.
one.
We got to get LaQuisha back on top.
We shouldn't.
We got to get Crocodile Dundee 2 higher than 3.
Yes.
God.
It's insanity.
3, I don't even think we had a chance to see in a motion picture theater. That might have been a direct-to-video.
It might have been a direct-to-video.
2, Eddie and I were there opening night.
Hell, excited.
Talking
about that's not a knife.
That's a knife.
That's a knife.
Oof. And another great. I think this is I'm coming up with. I've discovered a small theory.
Yeah.
In the 1980s, if Reginald Vell Johnson had a part in your movie, it could not be bad.
I agree.
Is that we have
I
Die
agree.
Hard, we have Crocodile. We have to look at the IMDb, but I bet whatever you find, it's you know what? This wasn't bad.
They brought him in to okay, we make sure this movie does not tank. Bring in Reginald V. Johnson.
Because wasn't he the limo driver in Crocodile Dundee?
Yes, he was.
That's right. Who popped off the tail thing and made a boomerang? Yep, that's right. That's right. See?
And then Crocodile Dundee said, "What? You sure you're not from the whatever
right.
tribe?" Yeah, made another racist
They said the neighborhood he
comment.
grew up in, right?
Right,
he said he goes, the neighborhood he grew up. See?
Made
Come
a racist
on.
comment. But in the 80s, that was funny.
In the 80s, it was drop dead hilarious, the racism. So, Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you?
5 days a week, patreon.com, The Ralph Report. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. And then Wednesdays, Ramble Proper.
You can find me in the same Ramble joints. You can find Eddie and Cody. I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Retro Rocha, and my YouTube channel. Subscribe to all of our shits. Come on. We love you all. Stay safe out there. You know what? We're going to see tomorrow anyway for Ramble Proper.
We will.
And until then, we love you all. Stay safe, everybody.
We do.